Hello, everybody. Welcome to the short video clip on Fidelity cover. Today, we're going to be just looking at it from a perspective of a managing agent and what a managing agent requires. I'm very pleased today also to have with me C2 or C squared or MC squared. That means Mike plus the two Candices at Addsure. We've got Candice from Cape Town, that's Candice Butcher, and we have Candice Persson, Candice Johannesburg. So welcome both of you, all three of us are going to chat about Fidelity, particularly for managing agents, and then slightly wider Fidelity, what a managing agent actually needs. So I'm going to start off with Candice Cape Town. Candice, what do you think, from an insurance broker's point of view, do you think that a managing agent should have in terms of risk cover?
Hi, Mike. Thank you for introducing us. Ultimately, a managing agent needs a few policies to ensure that their risk is, that all their risks are covered. Number one, their business policy, straightforward business policy covering all their assets as well as their public liability on site. Okay. Then they need their professional indemnity cover, commercial crime, which is the old FG cover that everybody knows, as well as the cyber liability cover.
Oh, great. Candice, Johannesburg, really welcome to the Addsure team. You've now been with us for a good 3 or 4 months. And it's so great to have you with your perspective, because not only are you qualified and experienced in insurance, but you were a managing agent for many, many years. And you've got that insight that we so desperately not need, but are certainly enjoying. Can you give us some insight from a managing agent's point of view? What do you think a managing agent should be thinking about in terms of covering themselves?
Thanks, Mark. Thanks, Candice. Essentially, a managing agent's thought process on insurance is very far removed. It's not something that a managing agent even has top of their mind. Even when it comes to insurance on a body corporate level, it's almost something that just happens in the background. And a managing agent, having been one, you're so caught up in your day-to-day business that you don't actually realize the risk that you face every single day when you're speaking to your clients, or when you're dealing with your clients, or you send your staff members out to deal with your clients. And on insurance, over the years, the things that we learned is that, yes, you have to have insurance. It's the basic fundamental that can't be ignored. For my personal experience, cyber risk, the potential of being hacked was very, very true. And now more so than ever, I think it happens before you even know it. Fidelity risk, you tend to rely on the fact that you are qualified and you're giving your best advice, but you can't have your finger on the pulse of every single staff member that's interacting with your clients. And there are possibly, losses that you could be facing that you don't even know of. So yes, everything that Candice has mentioned, initially, myself as a managing agent didn't really think I needed, but until you need it and you don't have it, that's too late. So I'm a big, supporter of have insurance.
So Candice, Cape Town, what do you think in terms of Fidelity? Do you think Fidelity is a big risk for managing agents?
Fidelity is definitely a big risk for managing agents. At the end of the day, you can never ever trust all your employees 100%. You always have the possibility of an employee stealing from you, stealing from your clients. I mean, how are you as a managing agent going to protect all of your clients, even if it's just 10,000 Rand? Have the funds available in your own bank account to pay back these losses that the body corporates are going to suffer in the event that your employees steal from the body corporate bank accounts. Do you, not even that, do you have the money to pay, you know, to cover yourself in the event of hacking?
So, Candice Cape Town, I'm going to ask you a question which might entail a longer answer, but maybe you can break it up into sub-questions. So the first part of the question is, what risks do you see a managing agent actually having? So we all know that a managing agent would perhaps need some fidelity cover and perhaps would need some PI cover, but break it down into sort of wider categories that you think they need. For example, there's more to crime than just fidelity. Can you explain?
Definitely, Mike, and it's a very important question, and a lot of managing agents don't actually understand the risk that they're taking if they don't have cover. I just want to focus directly on commercial crime, for instance. I mean, commercial crime, you get employee dishonesty where your staff steals from you. You get computer fraud, computer viruses, you get electronic data loss, as well as fraudulent transfer instruction. And I think a lot of managing agents lately have suffered a loss where it comes to fraudulent transfer instruction. You receive an email, it gets intercepted, an email with an invoice, for instance, it gets intercepted, you pay the invoice and you've paid a hacker instead of the actual person you're meant to pay. It's extremely important to have the cover, because who actually has money in their bank accounts to pay for all these hacking attempts?
Absolutely. And yeah, that's why we're chatting about it today, for that very reason. When there's a couple of things that I'm going to put up on the screen. For example, you know, you look at fidelity, and then you also have computer crime. Now, that is a comparison, first of all, just for clarity's sake. Fidelity is the old traditional way of speaking about crime and dishonesty, or dishonesty and money going missing. But commercial crime is a more modern way, and it's a slightly wider cover. Candice, is that a good way of describing it? Candice Cape Town, in that commercial crime widens it to include some computer crime assets to it.
It's definitely a wider cover to the old FG cover that's been around.
Candice Johannesburg, there seems to be a perception, I'm certainly finding out there, that many managing agents seem to be under the impression that they don't need fidelity cover because the body corporate is in fact covering them. As a managing agent, do you think that's true? Do you think managing agents really do think that that is the case?
I do think so, Mark. It's that lack of understanding of what the fidelity policy for the body corporate actually covers, and you ultimately assuming you're dealing with their funds, so you must be covered. But you're not keeping in mind the fact that you, the third party, you're dealing with the money on their behalf, but in all respects, they don't have access to that money, only you do. And upon their authority, you get to transact on it. So the impression definitely is there from my experience in chatting to other managing agents, and even being a managing agent as well. You think to yourself, oh, I'm covered, I've got the policy in place, I've ticked the list for my body corporate. Like I said, I think the whole idea of a managing agent is making the body corporate compliant, and you tend to forget where you are at risk as the managing agent. And that's a big part.
Oh, excellent. I totally agree with you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to suggest that people get in contact with Candice Cape Town, and I'm speaking specifically managing agents here. And I'm going to make a link available for managing agents to contact Candice. Candice, you want to provide your details? You are contactable on your phone number.
My phone number is 072-585-9879. Or else you can email me on candice@addsure.co.za.
Okay, and as you can see on the screen, Candice's details are here, and we're also going to put a link in order that you can contact Candice quite easily in Cape Town. That's for managing agents who would like to inquire about all of the insurance needs for their own office. Okay, so I think that's wraps it up for today. Thank you very much for joining us. Remember the three things to watch. Don't forget to share the screen or share this video clip. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And of course, like this video. We'd really appreciate that. Thank you very much. See you again.